Dimma, there's been a few positional changes, and Noah Bolter going forward. How have you assessed Noah going forward, Liam Baker playing predominantly forward, and I guess probably Shane Edwards too?
What we sort of looked at is last year, obviously, we lost CJ and Marbs, one via trade, one to free agency. And, we've got Jack, who's more towards the end of his career than the start, Tommy Lynch, and then we probably have got a gap between those two and then our next forward down, which was Samson Ryan. So we thought, well, listen, touch wood, none of those guys get injured, but if one of those guys does, what have we got? And we thought, well, Noah can play back. We drafted a young kid in Josh Gibbs, we think is going to be a wonderful player down back also. Listen, let's train Noah up forward. So if we do need him, when push comes to shove it, at game day or whatever it is, we've got a player that has trained that over the course of summer. So don't get me wrong, he's a very, very good back. But if we can find a very good forward out of Noah, that's a positive as well. And that's not to say that he'll play forward round one or for the majority of the year, but at the moment we like what he's doing up there. So there's a little bit of science to our madness, and we think after the game on the weekend, he was okay versus Geelong. He just didn't get a lot of licks of the ice cream as we speak, but he's certainly got some just reward on the weekend.
And Bakes and Cheddar up front as well.
Bakes was a forward when he was drafted, wasn't he?
He's just a guy that can play anywhere. If we could have 3 more Bakes, we'd be laughing the same as Shane Edwards, but the one thing we wanted to get back is that forward half, ground ball get, pressure game, and those two players deliver that in spades. And, together with George, who's obviously Jason Castagna, who obviously is very good at that, and Shea up there as well. We think that part of our game is working very well over the 2 games that we've seen. So we've just got to hope we can keep those guys in those positions and maintain some consistency through the on-ball brigade. And, hopefully the ball stays in our front half more than not.
So is Dusty likely to spend more time midfield rather than forward now? Or?
I'd like to say I could say where Dusty's going to spend more time, but predominantly he puts himself where he needs to be. Sure. Look, we have played him in the 2 games more midfield just to get his minutes up and get his fitness back. He's come back in incredible shape. So, look, we'll work our way through that, because obviously with the talls up forward, we're carrying 5 at the moment. Do we go with that? Do we look at 1 more less and play Dustin more forward? So these are the things we've got to work our way through prior to round 1 selection.